Gyan Jog by Swami Vivekananda, Chapter 2 Continent. The different philosophies seem to agree that this Atma, whatever it be, has neither form nor shape, and that which has neither form nor shape must be omnipresent. Time begins with mind, space is also in the mind, causation can stand without time. Without the idea of succession, there cannot be any idea of causation. Time, space, and causation, therefore, are in the mind, and as this Atma is beyond the mind and formless, it must be beyond time, beyond space, and beyond causation. Now, if it is beyond time, space, and causation, it must be infinite. Then comes the high speculation in a philosophy. The infinite cannot be two. If the soul be infinite, there cannot be only one soul, and all ideas of various souls, you having one soul and I having another, and so forth, are not real. The real man, therefore, is one and infinite, the omnipresent spirit, and the apparent man is only a limitation of that real man. In that sense, the mythologies are true that the apparent man, however great he may be, is only a dim reflection of the real man who is beyond. The real man, the spirit, beyond cause and effect, not bound by time and space, must therefore be free. He was never bound and could not be bound. The apparent man, the reflection, is limited by time, space, and causation, and is therefore bound. Or in the language of some of our philosophers, he appears to be bound, but really is not. This is the reality in a soul, this omnipresence, the spiritual nature, this infinity. Every soul is infinite, therefore there is no question of birth and death. Some children were being examined. The examiner put them the hard questions, and among them there was this one: why does not the earth fall? He wanted to evoke answers about gravitation. Most of the children could not answer at all. A few answered that it was gravitation something. One bright little girl answered it by putting another question: where should it fall? The question is nonsense. Where should the earth fall? There is no falling or rising for the earth. In infinite space, there is no up or down. That is only in the relative. Where is the going or coming for the infinite? Whence should it come and whither should it go? Thus, when people cease to think of the past or future, when they give up the idea of body, because body comes and goes and is limited, then they have risen to a higher ideal. The body is not the real man, neither is the mind, nor the mind waxes and wanes. It is a spirit beyond which alone can live forever. The body and mind are continually changing and are in fact only names a series of changeful phenomena like rivers whose waters are in a constant state of flux, yet presenting the appearance of unbroken streams. Every particle in this body is continually changing. No one has the same body for many minutes together, and yet we think of it as the same body. So with the mind, one moment it is happy, another moment unhappy, one moment strong, one another weak, and ever changing one full. That cannot be the spirit which is infinite. Change can only be in the limited. To say that the infinite changes in any way is absurd. It cannot be. You can move and I can move as limited bodies. Every particle in this universe is in a constant state of flux, but taking the universe as a unit, as one whole, it cannot move, it cannot change. Motion is always a relative thing. I move in relation to something else. Any particle in this universe can change in relation to any other particle. But take the whole universe as one, and in relation to what can it move? There is nothing besides. So this infinite unit is unchangeable, immovable, and absolute, and this is the real man. Our reality therefore consists in the universal and not in the limited. There are old illusions, however comfortable they are, to think that we are the little limited beings, constantly changing. People are frightened when they are told that there are universal being everywhere present, through everything you work, through every foot you move, through every lip you talk, through every heart you feel. People are frightened when they are told this. They will again and again ask if you are not going to keep their individuality. What is individuality? I should like to see it. A baby has no mustache. When he grows to be a man, perhaps he has a mustache and beard. His individuality would be lost if it were in the body. If I lose one eye, or if I lose one of my hands, my individuality will be lost if it were in the body. Then a drinker should not give up drinking, because he would lose his individuality. A thief should not be a good man, because he would thereby lose his individuality. No man ought to change his habits for fear of this. There is no individuality except in the finite. That is the only condition which does not change. Everything else is in a constant state of flux. Neither can individuality be in memory. Suppose on account of a blow on the head I forgot all about my past. then I have lost all individuality. I'm gone. I don't remember 2 or 3 years of my childhood and the memory. And if this are one, then whatever I forgot is gone. That part of my life which I do not remember, I did not live. That is a very narrow idea of individuality. We are not individuals yet.